Good evening, everyone. We're going to call to order the regular city council meeting for February 16, 2022. I'll ask that everyone would stand. We'll say pledge of allegiance, and then we will have an invocation by Alderlady McDowell. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord God, we thank you for blessing us to see another day. We ask you, Lord, to come into our council chambers, bless this council, that everything that we do in the city of Markham is done decent and in order. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
roll call, please.
Mayor Acktower,
Here.
Alderlady McDowell,
Present.
Alderman Jones,
Present.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser, present, Alderman Barron.
Present.
We have a quorum.
AT&T at the roller. Where's the bill for that?
Approval of minutes for regular city council meeting minutes for February 2nd, 2022.
Mayor, I
We
make a
haven't had no
motion that
reason.
we approve the regular city council meeting for February 2nd, 2022.
Second. Motion by Alderlady McDowell, second by Alderman Barron, for approval of minutes, regular city council meeting minutes, February 2nd, 2022. Question? Roll call?
Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
motion carried.
Authorization claims and accounts, the bill list.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve the authorization claim list for February 16th, 2022, which reads as follows. Corporate, $243,908.35. Water and sewer, $5,754.25. Solid waste, $121,504.98. Motor fuel, $39,316.33. The Markham Senior Living Complex, $11,523.33. Roller rink, $6,139.43. Will give us a total of $428,146.67. With manual checks adding to $3,204 even, which gives us a grand total of $431,350.67.
Motion by Alderlady Hampton, second by Alderman Barron for approval of authorization claims and accounts, the bill list. Questions?
Yes, Mayor. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes, Mayor, in reference to the roller rink, can we get an opportunity to speak on that and see exactly where that amount came in at? We can do that off tomorrow or whenever. Yes.
Okay. And I think the treasurer helped us with that.
Yes, she just stated that as well. Thank you.
Okay. All right, roll call?
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderman Jones,
Yes.
Alderlady McDowell,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, under special presentations, there are none, but I'm going to ask the council to give me a little room to try to address the public so we can carry business on tonight. And give you a little bit of leeway because we have more than our usual crowd here tonight. So I'd like to ask you all to give me a little leverage, a little room to speak for a moment. You
Yes.
all okay with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I want to try to address. We know that there's an item on our agenda tonight that has brought many of you out. I wanted to try to get ahead of what is going on with the item that's on there. And obviously we'll give everyone an opportunity to express themselves. But let me just say that I got a notice here today, as of today, actually, finally, that there will be no action taken on the existing ordinance. So we'll see that if that actually takes its course over the course of the evening, we have to get to that. And then the alderman will have to take their position about the ordinance. But let me say this about the action. You've obviously been heard. My office has been called. All the council's been called. That's democracy at its best. That's how it should be. So I just want to make sure that everybody understands that everybody's got a voice and everybody's got reason or rationale for what they see or what they want. And we all up here represent this community. And when the majority of the council says something, and that's just the way it goes. It doesn't matter what the mayor thinks or what he wants if he has a point of view. But one thing for sure, most of the time that I can pretty much say, the council pretty much go in line with what the mayor is thinking the thought should be. That's why I got elected, was to have a vision for the city and the direction it should go. That doesn't mean, that we had, there were extremes said about how far we go with liquor licenses in the city, that 2 o'clock is too long, maybe 4 o'clock would be better, or 12 is even better. So it's all over the map of what it would be. It doesn't mean that we closed down alcohol in the city of Markham on any venture. That was never it. But just as well as this room is full of people here this evening, there are another 13,000 people that may see it different. And they represent the wards just like I represent the community. We all do. And whatever that majority comes up to, that's at the end of the day, whatever this community says it wants, it doesn't matter. That's what will be voted upon, and that's what they'll respond to. So at this point, the intention is for this council to go to work over this issue and try to see where they want to land with it. This isn't the first time we've had that. And I certainly wish that we can get this many people here for something else other than the bars. That's for sure. I ain't got no problem with the bar because I don't have a formal one in my house, but I'm not against it. But it'd be nice if we can equally have that as well. And certainly, I think that in some places, it's good if we have this kind of matter way ahead of time about what we're doing. The same so-called, what I would call this is a chamber of commerce. Well, then use it. Use it to talk to one another about the behavior of one another so we can conduct business properly and appropriately. So we all have our opinions and we should respect that. So if I, as the mayor, say that we should be open until 4, then I may have some other people that may not like that. But by the same token, it needs to be respected because there are other people that think different and they have that right. They live here. Some of you do live here. Some of you don't. Some of you have an interest for business and commercial, and that's fine, and we respect that. So we shouldn't sound an alarm. I think we just need to certainly take it in stride and have some understanding and respect for one another. I was disrespectful to no one in this process. This is not the first time that I've had this issue come before me, and that's just how it is. Well, listen, that's why this is democracy. We got people here that say, well, Mayor, that's wonderful that you have that grandiose idea about your utopia of how you think it should be, but they'll vote it up or they'll vote it down. Let them do their job and let me do mine. And that's all we ask. And so if you speak tonight, I ask and I will demand that you're respectful. This council will not be disrespected, nor the city. If you do, I will put you out. I didn't mix words. I will ask you to leave. And I'll say more here, I'll put you out. because that's just what's right. Some of the things that have happened, I'm correcting that. I've taken on an administration that was way out of balance and way out of line. And so I've been tasked with trying to do that with this council to straighten this community out. And we have done that. So, you know, it was important that I open it up should you choose to speak tonight. I think that you probably want to limit some of it because you don't want to undo if you got this started when they're not doing something. You might want to be careful with that on how you handle resolving. Because they've got some pressure on them about how they have to not just deal with you, but their constituents. So be careful with that and be respectful of that. I respect all of my colleagues here. And I respect you enough to tell you tonight as the leader of the city, what's going on. So that's part of what I just wanted to mention. What I would suggest, we typically, under public session, we will have you sign if you want to speak. When we get to public session tonight, we'll let you do that. We have some business we need to take care of along the way. I know that we'll be in an executive session, but we'll have you to speak before if you have something to say. And we'll try and keep you abreast of whatever the process is that we determine or decide about over the, I would say the next 30 days or however long the council decides they want. But let me make this clear. One point that I should make clear, and I'm looking at a note, is that the mayor doesn't have the right for any bar, your bar or some other bar, to go yank your license off the wall and close you. Just don't work that way. It's a process. So if you happen to be the coming to the meeting, or I'm sorry, if somebody's coming to a meeting like this and it's for you, same process will apply. The same due process will be given. Just don't work that way. So yeah, we have issues, they should be addressed. And the resources I can tell you that we've had to try to deal with these things, it's been a task in trying to put things in order. So we're charged with trying to correct some of the things that got us here, and we're working on it. We're dealing with that. But by the same token, we have other measures that we can take as a council. Council said, well, I don't think we want to go that way. Let's think about it. Maybe we don't want to do that. It might affect a lot of people. Let's look at it differently. So that's what's going on. But by the same token, that's an option that's available to the city should we choose it. That's not where we're at. But in the meantime, I can assure you that the thing that got us here is being dealt with. And if it becomes you one day, it'll be you being dealt with the same way. Plain and simple. None of this is really complicated at all. So I would recommend tonight that we get you to sign up if you want to speak tonight. You'll be allowed to do that. You only get a lot of time. When that time comes, we should be getting to that pretty quick, I would imagine. And like I said, I'm just going to demand that you're respectful, and that's all I ask. Okay.
Excuse me, Mayor.
Yes.
Will we have a vote on it tonight? Will we vote on it tonight?
I'm understanding that that isn't what the pleasure is of the council tonight. No.
No,
We're not voting on it tonight.
no.
Okay.
That's my
So-
understanding, but you all can decide that when the attorney reads it off, but no.
That's correct, Mayor.
Okay. So to my left here is the city council. I would recommend that you line up over there if you want to sign your name, and if you're going to speak tonight, do that, and we're going to carry on with
Press it
business.
down to the seat.
And when we get to that portion, you all can do what you need to do. Okay, thank you, council. I appreciate the honesty of it, for the word, last, whatever.
Mhm.
Deal with that. Okay, city attorney's report. Now, again, please don't hesitate. If you're going to, we want you to come over and sign. We prefer that you just come over and sign.
I'm sorry.
You get up and come and sign, that's fine. Okay. City attorney's report, we're gonna move on.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, and members of the public, expect the city attorney's report appears generally under A through H. Starting off with AA, there's a proposed resolution approving the extension and renewal of the proclamation and declaration of a continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, and approving the mayor's determination regarding modifications to in-person meetings in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, date February 16, 2022.
Mayor Powell,
Yes.
I would like to make a motion that we approve resolution 22-R672, a resolution approving the extension of renewal, proclamation and declaration of continued local state of emergency within the city of Markham, approving the mayor's determination regarding modification to in-person meeting in response to COVID-19 pandemic, dated today's date.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Hampton, for resolution approving the extension and renewal of the reproclamation and approving the mayor's designation regarding modification for in-person meetings in response to COVID-19 pandemic for February 16, 2022. Roll call?
Alderman McDowell,
Yes.
Alderman Jones,
Yes, with a question.
Yes.
Are we still doing these live? Or we have Facebook Live, or have we started back live?
No,
Okay,
no, this is all we're doing.
okay.
Yeah, we're putting it out. If we don't have this assembly, then we'll go back to live.
Okay.
Alderman Barron,
Yes.
Alderman Hampton Houser.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next, we have under 8B, a proposed ordinance amending section 112.019, entitled license classification, sale hours and fees, section 112.023, number of license, and section 112.045, unlawful hours of operation, sale hours of chapter 112, alcoholic liquor of title 11, business regulations of the code of Markham to decrease the number of and liquor sale and operation hours for Class A liquor license in the city of Markham, Cook County, Illinois.
Mayor Powell,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we table this proposed change. It's got an ordinance on it, but I don't think that's proper at this time because we're not going to act on it, or I don't believe we're going to act on it. So I make a motion that we table the proposal for the ordinance amending section 112-019, license classification, sale hours and fees, section 112-023, number of license, and section 112-045, unlawful hours of operation and sales. Chapter 112, alcoholic liquor, title 11, business regulations of the code of Markham to decrease the number of liquor sales and operation hours for Class A liquor license in the city of Markham, County of Cook.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Hampton to table ordinance amending section 112.019 as read. Any questions?
Yes, for how long? How long will this be tabled? I mean, will it come out next week, next month?
My reason for requesting that this be tabled is I need more time to do some research. I've talked to many people in this room. I'm not done. I'm also researching some other options. I would like to see, obviously, the only way that we can do this with the council is we're gonna have to do it one-on-one or, meet privately, but I think we can, I believe the city council can come back to the mayor with a list of proposals on how we can deal with this matter without taking proposed actions that are proposed in this change of ordinance. That's what I believe. I don't have, I'd like to say I can get it done in 2 weeks, but I don't think we can. I think it'll be closer to the end of the month, of March.
So by doing that, they remain at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Stays-
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah,
stays the
it's
same.
Changed.
Nothing's changing.
Nothing.
Nothing changed.
No. And, and there's a problem that exists. I mean, for anybody that's here, there's problems that exist, but I don't know that we have explored every possibility or maybe changes. I've had several conversations with the mayor. I've had conversation with every member of the city council. And I believe that we all feel the same, is that, we can put our heads together and do some research and come back and work out a resolution, work out some kind of resolution to these problems.
I don't think there's problems exist. I think there's one problem that exists. And
I'm sorry.
I believe there's only one problem that exists. But I mean,
I'm not gonna identify one problem or several problems. I'm just gonna say that we need to look at this very hard before we propose any kind of drastic action.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. We will have a conversation.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I've had a conversation with you.
yeah, and I mean, I feel strong with how I feel. So I mean,
Well, I'm not trying to.
I'm just saying, you made your comment, I made mine. So I mean, just
I'm
saying.
just saying, but I'm not
Okay.
trying to change anybody's mind. It's just that I personally, for me,
Need more
I
time.
need more time.
Okay.
That's the long and the short of it.
So it might be a possibility it might go to midnight.
I'm sorry, sir.
So it's a possibility it might be midnight.
He said, is there a possibility it might be midnight?
For the change. That's on the table.
That's not my way of thinking, but.
Okay. Okay.
Like I said, my stance hasn't changed since they spoke to you on the phone.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Any other questions?
Mm.
It's on the table. I just have a comment, is that, that's what tabling to me is about. Everybody being, even the public, I stated in the open, they have an opinion. Like you said, you feel strong about it. You feel, Alderman Mayor feels the way he does. I'm all over it. I'm wherever we have to go with it. But I also think that I'm strong about the way I feel about being all over.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go anywhere with it. And I think that the point being made is that my point is I'm not to an extreme. The word was used, prohibition. This ain't prohibition.
Correct.
Nobody's going to be doing that. But that's not the case.
Well, I think 12 o'clock will be, sir.
Well, that's what you do.
This is my opinion. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, and it's an extreme opinion, and
Mhm.
that's fine. I mean, and maybe 10 o'clock is prohibition, but we didn't say 10 o'clock.
Well.
We said that in the ordinance it said 12. And there's other things so the prohibition is no alcohol at all. So that's, so that's what it means. But I just think that there's room for expression for everybody. So, and I think that we all represent everybody. So if you feel that there's only one way to do it, it's where it's at. It's where you're at. I don't feel there's one way to do it. There's a lot of ways. So that's my opinion, right?
Yes, exactly. I agree.
Right.
And I mean,
That's not prohibition.
well, I mean, I think that some thought should have been put in this before we get to this point. I mean,
No,
I believe that the board,
I think that's where-
the chambers,
I
like you
think
said,
that's
should come in
where-
place. And also the alcohol, the club should come in place so you can sit and talk. I know you like to demonstrate and express how you feel about certain things and you all come together. And especially many times I've seen you do that with Public Works. Many times I've seen you do that with the fire department. You brought them to a room and you discussed with them, hey, listen, this is my feelings to the clubs. And I think that should have been taken care of first before this drastic move.
No,
I mean, okay,
no.
All right.
As the mayor, I don't see that. I
Okay.
don't think that that's necessary. I think that I don't just answer to the bars and I don't just answer to the fast food chain. I answer to the residents.
and many times,
So I talked with the bar owners before. I talked
Yes.
with all of them. And if I didn't support them, they would know that. I call them and tell them I don't support them. I've supported all of them being open. I helped some of them get open. So that's not the issue. when other people in the community reach out or call and they say other things contrary to what just the bars want, that has to be listened to also.
Mhm.
There's residents that don't want certain things, whether it involves them or not. They just want it different. And it just so happens that it falls on them too, that's how they want it. I've heard that, maybe you haven't heard that.
Well, I mean,
Maybe none of your constituents have said that they'd like to see it different.
yes,
Maybe, well, maybe
Yes.
it happened, but I've heard all sides of it,
all right.
so.
You know, I mean, I understand everybody's opinion, but I'm still comfortable at 2 o'clock, you
And
know,
I'm
I mean,
comfortable with listening to anything.
all right. So,
So let's move on. Roll call.
Alderman McDowell,
Alderman Jones,
no,
Alderlady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderman Barron,
Yes.
motion carried.
Under 8C, we have a proposed ordinance amending ordinance number 21-0-2305, authorizing the hiring of lateral transfer police patrol officers into the Markham Police Department.
Mayor Repton,
Yes.
in the last time we did the ordinance, 21-0-22305, we had a sunset clause in there,
Mhm.
and things haven't worked out the way we wanted.
Mhm.
We still need policemen. It's not just the city of Markham, it's all, it's all north. It's become a less than desirable job. And so this is, all this ordinance is doing is we're removing the sunset clause. And we've changed a couple of small provisions, but basically, this is the same ordinance that was proposed before. So I'm gonna use the ordinance number of 22-0-2325. And I make a motion that we waive the 48-hour reading of said ordinance, the ordinance amending ordinance number 21-0-2305, authorizing the hire of lateral transfer police patrol officers into the Markham Police Department.
second,
Motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Jones for an ordinance amending ordinance 21-0-2305 as read. Question?
This is just, wait,
Did you say wait? I'm sorry. Okay. Roll call.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser. Yes.
Alderman Barron,
yes,
Alderman Jones,
yes,
Alderlady McDowell,
yes,
motion carried.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 22-0-2325. An ordinance amending ordinance number 21-0-2305, authorizing the hiring of lateral transfer police patrol officers into the Markham Police Department.
yes, with one modification, second with one modification, section 10, it has a date of hire of as May 1st, 2020, can you make that 2021 in section 10? It's like it's 2 years behind. On page 3, section 10,
The reason that date has remained is because that was in the original ordinance that was passed in the first block of these. This is the third amendment. Or actually, the original was passed in 2 amendments, but that was the date that we originally started this process. So that's why I picked that date.
okay. Second,
Okay, motion by Alderman Barron, second by Alderman Jones for approval of ordinance amending ordinance number 21-0-2305 is read. Question? Roll call.
Alderlady Hampton Hauser. Yes. Alderman Jones,
yes,
Alderman Barron,
Yes,
Alderlady McDowell,
yes,
motion carried.
Mayor, I don't have any matters under 8D, 8E, 8F, or 8G. However, under 8H, we have litigation matter with respect to a case concerning the final settlement and release settlement agreement, which is noted as case number 20L5494. So we reserve that for executive session.
Yes.
If I can ask for a reservation, approximately 10 minutes in executive session, 15 minutes. 5 minutes. Or just say that. All right, so with respect to reservation 15 minutes for executive session for that purpose, discussing the case.
Mhm.
We'll do that after public session. Okay, city clerk's report.
I have nothing this evening, Mayor.
Okay, just under the mayor's report, a couple of items. Just operationally, I have to say that we're on task. I think that we got through the snow pretty reasonable. I think that we're gonna have another bit of a challenge again here with weather again this evening and going into tomorrow. Patience is always asked. I know the public works gets to everyone. I know that we really had good staff to really step up. I think I indicated that to you all, how they came in. Some people took them 45 minutes to get to work and they still came. And they didn't live far, they lived in the next town over. It took that long to get here. So I really have to commend the employees for stepping up. And I was definitely going to try and get to you all about really trying to address commending them about what they've been doing. And definitely public works. We had the fire guys, a couple of actually the fire chief and the assistant, assisted with plowing. They get their salaried employees, they did nothing extra to do it, but they stayed out there just with the public works guys equally with smaller plows to lend a hand. So you can't really ask for more. And of course, the other fire guys take care of their own business. So it's good that we have that where they're working together. And it's good that we got people that get up and come to work. And you just can't ask for more of that. So operationally, things pretty status quo. And for the sake of time, I just was going to just mention that much. I am extremely still excited. I didn't get a chance to wear all of my African-American garb like I wanted to this month. I'm pretty disappointed about that. I have actually was in an African wedding, I should say, years ago, and I still have all my garb I wanted to wear from many years ago. It came from Africa. I thought that it would have been nice to do that. Maybe I'll have to do it in March or April when somebody asks me why I'm wearing it. They might ask me anyway why I'm wearing it. And look at it, don't know why. But either way, I'm glad to see all the things that we have displayed at our city to African Americans that have done so much. I'm definitely proud myself to be part of some of that. I've worked with many of the people here of the Markhamites through the years. With our first black mayor of the city, which is Attorney Miller's dad, worked with him for a number of years. And I think that I've got an opportunity to sit here probably by him being who he was. And I think that really helped a lot of us. I think I'll go down here to say Alderman Jones and Alderman Lady Hampton. We're sitting here. I went down at McDowell. We're sitting here on some other people's bootstraps. We made it. And even locally, Harold Murphy, Ms. Cannon. I worked with Pat Crawford. He was the first black chief, and myself, I was the first black fire chief. Nobody knew it again. You have to talk to me long enough to find out. It's my standing joke that you got to ask who I am, but I have fun with it. And so that's a real blessing that we have some history here locally. We got more than that. And I would like that. That's something that we want to really do, is embrace more of our history in the community. We got a lot of people who have done a lot of things, and I talked to the finance department. It's going to talk with the council about trying to do some things budget-wise for us to really work on archives and history in our community. So not just what has happened abroad, but what has happened here locally and how we're able to archive it and to be proud of it. I have to say that I'm equally reasonably versed in white history or anybody else's history because I've been here that long. I've been here like Alderman Barrett for some, I think all of Mary's the only one that's got beat the time. So, in the seventies, correct? For you, 72 or something? And for me, I come in 76.
73.
73. Alderman Barrett actually gave me my first job working with the CETA program until they fired me from chasing girls at the college. School. They fired me. But I was young and I had to find out it's not, I had to come to work and not take the truck over and chase the curb.
Mhm.
But, and I never told my wife about that. But anyway, we were just. So anyway, I just wanted to say all those things because history is important, and that's what makes us, all of us, what we are. And it's good that we have a month to reflect that. And reflect, we started the Hispanic Heritage later in the year. I know that we'll be doing some things, I believe, for Juneteenth, because that's a national holiday, the state has recognized it. So we'll be doing some things that way as well. So we have a lot of things to be proud of in our community, in our city. And we're going to have some differences, but that's what makes us who we are and makes us better. We're supposed to have some differences. We shouldn't fall out of it. But we should get right back at it and try and make each other stronger and better. So with that, that's the end of my report. Mr. Champion is not here this evening. He's absent at a Bulls game.
Yes. Mhm.
Now, he's not this party, you know. He went down there, he got a network invite to try to get more African-American firemen and policemen. So he's part of a group that's networking down there that's called the Black Firemen. You look them up on Channel 9 this month, and they're trying to induce more African-Americans into the fold with it. And that's what we want in our communities a little bit more what looks like us, and that is what it's all about in many ways. So with that, I'll go over to all the matter reports. Good evening, Alderman Jones.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to say thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate you all taking this time out to come. It's a small victory. So hopefully we can continue this discussion. I believe that businesses are important for the city of Markham. Some of you all have lived and scrambled to get your business up and running. And I feel for you. I believe that's a balance. I believe the city of Markham is doing a great job. I think the mayor's doing a great job by bringing in Amazon, by bringing in different companies and businesses. And I believe that the club scene is also a vital element to that imbalance. You know, I used to be young once upon a time. And I mean, I understand being 25 and younger, but you know, I'm a little older now. And sometimes I like to just go out and relax among some ducks. It's just a nice jazz, some music, and talk with friends, like Cheers commercials. So, you know, I mean, let's work together. I believe that we have the mayor's open to everyone's understanding and opinion. Once again, I thank you all for coming out for doing that. Also, I like to say also what a great job the mayor is doing. We actually have grant money coming in for cameras, running down 159th Street, lights and cameras, security, because we value your safety. The police department is doing a great job, and that's what we're trying to do, to make sure you all are safe and comfortable. That's what it's about, not being a daycare or babysitter for a club. You know, so we're doing things, the mayor's putting things in place, but once again, it requires a balance. You know, last but not least, I like to say Black History Month. It's a beautiful thing. And man, I love what you're doing here as far as the banners and signs. But I was thinking that I see that Tinley Park has something for the veterans where they had these actually put on the poles outside, and that the Crawford family would pay for a banner that they can put up for Black History Month. Maybe we can do something like that to get it outside. I know for Hispanic Month, we do things, and for the St. Patrick's Day, maybe we can do these banners to bring them out. Someday we could do that, you know?
Totally agree.
Mhm.
150% accurate.
Okay,
Mhm.
I'll get you some more information about, you know, what Tinley Park does. Maybe we can do the same. Maybe we can do the same thing for Hispanic Day and for St. Patrick's Day. Just patronize the people in Markham. So these banners be for people in Markham and what they have done, so we won't forget the legacy.
Totally.
Thank you, Mayor.
Good thing. I'm glad you said I'm doing a good job, because if not, I was gonna say you politics.
Oh, man. Every ward.
And then my parents, so I was like, well, I'm glad you threw me in there and said I'm working.
Hey, you know, I wouldn't put you in office, I did.
I appreciate it. We're working.
That's right. Sometimes we agree to disagree, but we okay. We still friends. We get for beer one time at the club. I was like, why?
Okay, there we go.
Thank you, sir.
All Thank you. Good evening, Alderman Mayor.
Good evening. I have to use some of this public works that all those city departments have done an excellent job. All of that. And, it's not to be a severe, so, given everything that's going on, I think I'll just pass tonight. It's going to move forward.
Good evening, Alderman Lady Hampton.
Well, good evening, Mayor, good evening, Council, and good evening, members that attended our meeting tonight. I'm just going to be short and brief, just to elaborate just a little bit in reference to the concerns that we have right now with our bars. I appreciate you all so much for being patient with us, because again, we want to make sure that we make the right decision to move forward and not jeopardize anyone else's business. You know, they say, Mayor, you know, one bad apple spoils a whole bunch, but we're trying to make a change to that. And thank you for allowing us to table this here so we can make sure we can make the right decisions to move forward for the betterment of the city and for the betterment of your businesses as well. So I appreciate all the phone calls that I received, and I've had some lengthy phone calls. And trust me, I do listen. I do hear you, and I do understand exactly what your position is. I've been entrepreneurship for many years, unfortunately not in that category, whatever, but I do understand that that's a livelihood. So again, we are trying to make sure that we make the correct decisions to make sure that you can survive, the city can survive, and then also the residents will be content as well. So I appreciate you all for coming out for that. Second, I know I've had quite a few water breaks, you know, in my ward, Mayor, especially on one of our major streets on Laughlin. And I just want to say to the residents, if they're listening, that we definitely been on top of that. I've been out there and I've been speaking directly with them and let them know that, you know, it's a water main break and we're going to make sure that we can rectify. But then again, I also share a little history with them as well. You know, we're in the process of getting grant monies or whatever to repair these streets and our pipelines and our water lines because they're old. They're old. And many a times, the reason why we have a lot of these main breaks, not only because it's cold, because we have trees in our community that should be in wood areas. And these roots or whatever really kind of break it up. But just trying to move forward, we're trying to make sure that we can rectify those as well, okay? Also, I want to say kudos again there to, and the council to Public Works and to the fire department as well, because they definitely were out there when we had that last snowfall. They were definitely there and they were definitely doing their jobs. And then also the other contractors that were out there as well, making sure that the senior citizens' homes get, driveways get plowed. So my kudos go out to all the individuals that actually dealt with that. I think you did an awesome job. Even though I received phone calls when we first got the snow, the snow hadn't even been down an hour, and they was calling, where's the plows? Well, you know, the Public Works and the individuals that are actually performing those duties, they know their job. And I explained that to the residents that had called. I said, Public Works understand their job. When do you come out and then you have a plow right in front of your house every 5 minutes? It don't work like that. You know, so I just tell them be patient, you know, and be a little bit more understanding. Last but not least, I want to say Black History Month. I think we really do take the opportunity to display Black History Month. Thank you, Alderman McDowell, for kind of heading that up or whatever. I think it's a beautiful job. We actually asked individuals to just come through and just look at all the different individuals on the podium or whatever and learn a little bit more about our history. I do agree with Alderman Jones in reference to us putting flags up because I know Hazel Crest has theirs up. Hazel Crest has flags out. So if we can actually be diverse and do that for other cultures or other histories, things that's going on into our community, that would be an awesome thing. Other than that, man, that's the end of my report.
I told the Hazel Crest mayor I'm mad at,
Why?
because he got the flag that we can get him.
Yes, but that's all right. Listen, we're going to strategically get them next year. We'll get them up. Mhm.
Okay, good evening, Alderman Lady McDowell.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. Good evening, audience. I invite everyone, you're here tonight. I know you're here for a different reason, but I encourage you all to take a little time to enjoy the Black history and learn about our American Black history. And based from there, that is the end of my report.
What about the Valentine's you gave out, the seniors?
Oh, I hope all the residents enjoyed their Valentine's gift. They came from Mayor Roger Powell and our city council. It was indeed a pleasure to be able to serve each and every one of you
Yeah.
all during this Valentine's season, and I hope that we were able to spread some love to everyone. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, thank you as well. I want to say to the public, a great deal of the things that you see around the building are laid down. This is the second solid year. We had COVID interfere. Really got out here and went to work. And some of the other staff contributed a little bit, but she really takes this on as something to heart, and we're going to make it grow and be bigger and better. So I think it'll be very nice. Okay, with that, I ask if you want to speak tonight, please sign up because we're going to do that now. I need a motion to open the floor to the public.
Mayor, I'm sorry.
Motion that we open the floor to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. If you sign up, then we'll read you off and we'll let you speak. We ask that you keep it at 3 minutes.
3 minutes tops.
Yeah, otherwise it would be a graduation ceremony.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Proceed.
Cindy Valente.
You can stand where you're at, I guess. Is that okay, IT?
Can you get the board?
Actually, we have a mic here, but
Right.
that's fine. If you come over, it's a little easier. That's fine.
Is that okay? Okay, okay, all right.
Cindy
Good evening.
Valenti, thank you, councilors, for having me here today. I'm with NB's Pub. My husband Neil has owned NB's Pub since 2007. And yes, we've had issues with the bars before, and we've been here for quite a while. So we've been through a lot of different changes and a lot of different times, and it's just been affecting our business. I think that we've run a good business in our community, in your community. We do not live here, but we are not far. But the people that come to our business have been local people. They are from the community. Even if they've moved away, they still come back to us. We have, video gaming, we have pool tables, we have darts, and half the time we have a puzzle on our pool table so that people could come and, do that. But we've had struggles with COVID and then with the timing of being shut down. And we just want to stay here, for a couple more years, hopefully, and be a part of your community. And I think we've not had issues. And I would just like to say, if you could just consider us as business owners, it's trying to make a business for ourselves. I would really appreciate that. And I thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you both.
Mr. Valente, did you want to speak also?
Hi, my name is Neil Valenti. Like my wife said, we've been here 15 years. And, it's a quiet bar where people come to engage in conversation while the jukebox is playing in the background. We also have live music on the weekends, with, blues, Motown, stuff like that, classic rock. And we don't charge a cover charge. We're trying to do this for the community. Most of our customers, like I think my wife said, live within 2-3 miles or in Markham. So, but property taxes don't go down. Our fees seem like they're constantly going up. If our hours get cut to midnight, that's 720 hours a year that we will not be making any money to help us pay our $20,000 plus property taxes. And I'm pretty sure we'll be out of business if the hours are changed to midnight. So I understand the problems that you have. I just hope everything works out for everybody.
Mhm.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Ernest Sutton.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I thank you guys for allowing us an opportunity to speak and also tabling this decision for 30 days. I wish, the only ask that I have is that this has brought some of the bar owners closer together. And in that regard, it would be good if we were involved in that process, if our opinions were heard and we helped with some of the ideas that we might be able to do to help everybody. None of us want any bad things happening at our establishment. None of us. And so if we can be a part of that process, it would be greatly appreciated. And we think we can help you guys and help the council in a partnership get to a point where it's amendable for everybody.
Perfect.
I have a lot more to say, but
Yeah.
We tabled it.
Pamela, I can't. read your last name.
Matt.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
I am here like everyone else because of what we thought was gonna happen tonight, and we are so grateful that this has been tabled and giving us an opportunity to, as Mr. Sutton said, we want to be a part of this. We want to be a part of you all coming up with a solution. Because we don't live in the community doesn't mean we aren't about community. We are here in this community because we want to be here. We want to stay here and we want to thrive here. I agree with the Valentes about the taxes. So we have to make sure that we all do our part to help offset the bad apples. The bad apples are not supposed to be with the good apples. The wheat is not supposed to be with the tares. It doesn't work that way. So we are actually talking, since this happened, I talked with Mr. Valente for the first time today. I spoke with all the aldermen. I spoke with Mr. Sutton, and I met with another bar owner who escapes me right now because I'm very nervous. That being said, we feel as if, and we even talked about a task force, doing something where we combine the municipality with the business owners, because it's not just about bad bars or restaurants that have a class A. It could be any bad business in Markham that we want to get rid of. So there has to be a process that we help to put in place, because I don't want to be in the bad club. We need to separate ourselves from these people, and we have to do what we have to do. And we shouldn't be the ones that are collateral damage because of something that one or two people or businesses are doing. And that's all I'm gonna say, because I can go on all night about this. I'm very passionate. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Mack.
Cornell Darden Jr.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor,
Good evening.
Alderman. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. My name is Dr. Cornell Darden Jr. I'm the president and CEO of the Southland Black Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest Black business association in the state of Illinois. And I definitely want to commend you guys for having handled the situation tonight. I think it was a great idea to table it. And we would like to be a part of the conversation. We've actually got about 3 or 4 new members since we heard about what was going on. Like Mr. Sutton mentioned, it brought a lot of bar owners together. I met bar owners from bars and restaurants that I didn't even know exist out there. So I think that, Mr. Mayor, the video that I saw on the news about what happened at the one bar was horrible, outright horrible and scary too. And I think that it's definitely a conversation that as a community, we should have, even on a regional level. I know you're the head of the regional Black Mayor's Caucus. And I think coming up with some type of solution on a regional level will be a good idea. And I think it'll be something that can heal some of the wounds in the community that happens at some of these bars, and also put something in place as a suggestion to all of our Southland communities to make our bars and our communities safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wallace Gator Bradley.
Man, how you feeling, sir?
Good.
All you need. They're saying a lot of people are leaving Chicago and they coming to the Southland.
We don't want them all now.
But they're ready to vote. But
We think so.
I'm glad that this body decided to table it, to allow the business owners to be able to have input, because it takes everyone to come to a compromise to make things better for your city. And I think what it's gonna set, no, I don't think I know, it's gonna set a precedent where all business people, regardless if they bars, beauty salons, or whatever it is, gonna have to come together to help the individuals that feel like they can come into a community and shoot up a community and not caring about the business, not caring about the people, because your concern is public safety for the constituents as well as the business. So, normally I'll be speaking as an adversary or something. I'll just feel good.
See, we changed that.
Yeah.
We tricked all of y'all.
Man, we know one another. One thing I did know, you was gonna find something that was gonna be right to let the people know that you was willing to listen to what they concern. I was raised where one have to look, listen, so we can learn. And with that, I want to say I appreciate this body of government.
You see, this survey knows we did all our arguing, but we got it.
Majority of it.
That's what good government does.
Right. It's called
We can take
communication.
you all through it. Because I didn't want to put anybody out anyway,
Right.
but I would.
I know you will, and they did too. I just want to say to God be the glory.
Amen.
We're gonna do good, so I think that's good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
That's it.
Is that? Okay, well, thank you. Is there a motion to close the-
Make the motion to close the meeting to the public.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I think the rest of the comments. Mayor, you all should be commissioned, so.
Executive session, discussion.
Neil.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Meeting is recessed to executive session. How do you, sir? I'm